Welcome fellow Airsoft players and enthusiasts. I'm your channel host Marshmallow, and in this episode of The Improvement we're going to cover tactical lighting. Stick around. Is it just me? Or does it seem a little dark? Let's take care of that. Okay, so the Fenix PD 35 tactical flashlight. Before we get into that, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like, leave your comments. They're important to me. They can help me better improve my material for you, the viewers. With that, let's get into the fun. So the PD 35, a tactical light. There's a couple features that this has that really struck me that I wanted to buy this. First off, being that it has 5 different light settings: your low, medium, high, turbo, and strobe. The strobe is a feature I really wanted to have. The strobe and turbo will produce around 1,000 lumens output, your high being at 350, your medium being around 150, and low being at around 50. And your battery life expectancy will depend on each of those settings and how much you use them. Also, with the specific model, it comes with 2 switches. One being in the back, your primary on and off, and switch between the modes. It also has on the front a silver button here. This goes between the 2 settings. It has a setting for operator and a setting for tactical. Let me explain. With the light, they will send you 2 CR123A batteries. These are one-time use batteries, and you can pick up more from your local vendors to replace them. Fenix also does have a rechargeable one that they offer. It is the 18650 model. See if I can get that to focus. If not, that's the number 18650, and this is a rechargeable one that will fit into a bunch of their different platforms. My headlamp being the one that I stole this from, but I digress. Get that into there. Now, the mode that it first comes in is your operator mode, and this will allow you to go between the different settings. For those of you that haven't used Fenix before, when you press the switch, you don't press all the way down to go between the modes, because when you press down like that, it just leaves it on. What you have to do is kind of press it very lightly, and that will switch between all the different ones. And then when you find the one you want, then you just indent it down and hold it. It'll take a little bit to get used to, but eventually you'll get there. So just to give an idea, you got one setting, your strobe, your low, medium, and when I would find whatever I'd want, then I would click and hold it. And each time you would turn it off, it would go back to the original setting. So if you don't want it to be on high, you'd have to keep rotating that. That is why they have what's called the tactical mode. This will lock it in at your desired setting. Usually I believe it's on high, but when the flashlight is on, that's when you're going to press and hold this silver button down and just hold it, and eventually it'll shut off, and then it'll give you 3 quick bursts. But there it goes. So now we are in what's called tactical mode. So no matter what I do with pushing it, even when I try to fast cycle it, it will stay at that high setting. To go back into operator, it would just be the same steps. You would leave it in the turned on position, and then you'd press and hold that front button. And this one does a little different. It does a strobe, but then it shuts off, and then you see 1, 2, 3. Now if you don't hold it long enough to see those 3 little light blinks, it won't change the setting. So, but now we are back to the simple operator. One thing it also comes with in the package is a little case here that you can put around your belt or whatnot, or book bag, or at least have it in to keep it safe. That's a nice little extra bit. What I also ordered with the kit is the attachment that will go onto the AEG rail onto the side. There's some out there that have M-lock, but this is the your normal rail setting. And it also comes with your Allen wrench to change that. With it as well, I got the remote pressure switch. This one is the AER-01. it's compatible with a couple of their different flashlights. The thing that I found really neat about this, and might have been out for a while, but at least for me it's new, is that with this remote pressure switch, most of the times that's all you have is that, but Fenix took a step further, and right here you get another little switch. I find that kind of cool. So let's switch this over. Now from here, we're able to use that back button here to turn it on and off, and I can try to cycle through it. It's kind of difficult, but with a nice light press you can switch it. Now to be able to use your remote style, that's the pressure, we push it right in the back. Now it's a weird kind of setting, but there's two buttons here that you can feel. There's like one that's up here, and then there's like another kind of down here, and that looks like it's okay. So when you double press it real quick, that will go to your strobe setting in tactical. When you just push the top, that will be at your bright setting. And then of course you can just press the press button on the back to hold it right on. So if you're just searching an area, etc., you want to leave the light right on, you can do that. So that's you have to play around with the remote a little bit to get used to the functions. So, but again, like right now, we're in operator mode. If I want to go to tactical, now that I've had this pressed down, take the silver button in the front, push and hold, turns off, 1, 2, 3, now I'm in tactical mode. So no matter what, when I push both of those buttons, it's going to just stay right in your high setting. So again, it's just an option, whichever you prefer. Now if you click it fast enough, it can kind of act like a strobe. Or again, if you just want to leave it on, you press that button and that will deactivate your thing. So even though I'm clicking this, the light stays on. This overrides it. So go back to operator mode, press and hold the pressure switch, silver, 1, 2, 3, boom. And now we're back to the operator mode. One last little attachment, so to speak, that I got for this is a filter lens. Now what this will come in handy for, I got the red. This will come in handy for low light or no light situations where if I need to read a map, read a paper, whatever. This will give me less of a blinding color. I know it looks kind of white on the screen, but I assure you it's a red here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It gives you that. Versus if you had the white light, it can blind you, even on a very low setting. Let's see if I can get the low. 1, 2. So we're on low. Even on low, it's still pretty bright. But with the cap filter on, it will be much easier to see. So that, my friends, is the Fenix PD 35 tactical light. Hope you enjoyed this episode. That completes this round of the improvement. Thank you for watching.